Minister of Information and Civic Education as the parent ministry and other MDA partners. Short statements they make, representative of various public institutions like Audit Service, National Monitoring and Evaluation Agencies, Leone Broadcasting Corporation, Civil Society Organization, and the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. The Minister and Representative Ahmed Fonike Bambua briefly explained the relationship between the Ministry and the Commission and the support where the Ministry don't give the Commission for the establishment of the Commissions Act. On the 26th of September 2024, the foreign team on climate change and disaster initiative, now the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, among other ministries there, offend an area of intervention for public awareness and education on disaster and climate change. The ministry asked for active role for disaster and climate change in Sierra Leone. The acting director of the ministry, Emmanuel Saffa explained the ministry mandate and collaboration with all MPs as the hub of government information. The foreign climate change and disaster management team was impressed and asked the minister for designing more proactive public awareness and education program there. On the 28th of September 2024, on the 28th of September 2024 in Bo City, Southern Region, UNA, Sierra Leone Association of Journalists, UNA convened an annual general meeting September 26 to 28, 2024 at Jala Venue and Toama Road, Bo. UNA gathered over 600 journalists there, right across the country. The meeting will have been titled for how to charter the way forward, new constitution for an inclusive and stronger SLAJ, and how it will serve a pivotal moment for reflect on the future of journalism in Salone. The event served as a pivotal moment for the country media landscape with a focus on the need for inclusive accountability and a robust constitution for shape the future of journalism. SLAJ President Ahmed Said Nazrala opened the AGM. I think saying second and final term this year. Eventually we'll get for third term not a more time agenda, not a the business na SLAJ. So he opened the AGM with a strong call for unity and reform within the association. Inclusion is not just a slogan, but a fundamental pillar of progress. That's now one part, the plenty thing there where he talk now annual general meeting. On that note, I think so we can start now proper to Team Nayaso from the Ministry of Sports, led by the minister herself. You get to the left of the minister and to my far left, you get Dr. Emmanuel Saffa Abdulai, National Sports Authority. I think say you don't take reach 6 months yet, eh? Just on 6 months yesterday. Well, congratulations. You just want me to imagine for let them congratulate you. After today now, let me know not congratulate again. Don't say now. To my far right, you get my own brother, Victor Luis, with the Premier League board, the boss, and the number one person there. I think you said you do second in now, yeah? Also? Yeah, you do second in now because remember the last time, I media lock for host Ministry of Sports. The last time I made the host with a camp. And so I think I look get on a lot. And then I get my own brother with the Naya about the president of the Israeli Football Association. Thomas Daddy Brahma. We know how the police almost come up and name. You just the Hala no more see and Tito Hala. Daddy Brahma, Daddy Brahma. So now so we know how for the most part. But just so we know Thomas day before the daddy. I tell the full name of Thomas Daddy Brahma. So let's start off. And I will start with the minister. Because now his sector is. All who are there at this table are sector players at the Ministry of Sports. One way or the other. I will give the minister the honor. But let me just, from the last week, let me tell you small, which don't have the sports. What's the vision within a winning formula? And then, in addition to that one, they will not say, I think they will also don't play some 2-3 games there recently also. There was Nations Cup, I think, we'll play 2 games. And then I think there's the under 20 also. We'll play more recently, and I suspect they will lose in the finals by 2-0. But even getting to the finals, even getting to the finals alone, I think qualify for go under 20 African Nations Cup, I suspect. But Madam Minister, I will give you the opportunity for you to take me through your ministry and waiting at the winning formula going forward.
Thank you very much. I want to extend profound gratitude to the Ministry of Information and, of course, the government of Sierra Leone for making these things that are happening weekly happen. Because this is a way where we inform the general public. Though we get to own other activities, there are different times talking to the public, but this one I know is number one. That's the reason why I put all of the things them aside today, because as you know, we're just coming from Liberia, we're so tired, we have other things on the table to look at. We're supposed to even get a meeting at this time, the same time, but because of the national call, we are here today just to make sure we address the things then when we're supposed to address to inform the public and know the things are working. I think the last time we had come, we talked a lot of things, but that was just the beginning of things. When I was just appointed as the Minister of Sport, and we have a role, a big role. But what I always want to tell the public is that we work as a unit. In other words, even when you see the National Sport Authority on my left, you see Sierra Leone Football Association, when not just one really represents all the associations that Student Football and you talk about. You find out that the ministry is the umbrella that is supervising all of these bodies. And we said, get we own plans for move on. Before we came here, all I told you is to add salt, to make sure that we develop the sport entity in Sierra Leone for move up from one stage to another, and not just another, but a better another. I think we discussed one thing where we all know say sports, they touch everybody in life. So that makes you see we have more reporters here. There is no way you can do without sport. Let me just digress a bit. From the day where you conceived in the womb of your mother, if movements not been take place, you wouldn't have been here. We're not open a lecture room here. But you know, say, that union they will take place. Now only when they move, go down into the womb, because they happen at the fallopian tube. Only when movement take place, they push you down to the womb. Then it will make you get a safe place for live. And then continue for grow, and today they don't born you, don't turn waterman. So there's no way we can look down on movements, which is basically sport. And there's definitely that is responsible, always they emphasize that. Because apart from going abroad to get laurels or even nationally, we also have a role for people's health. When I almost say we involved in sport, it will make you feel healthy, better than how you did. And therefore I want to admonish you always to listen that sport is important in your life, and it takes you to places. It takes you physically, it takes you emotionally, it takes you intellectually, and even socially. So when we come, we talk about all the developments along the line that day. You know, the physical structures, we all know, say what we can, we talk about it. And we know it's a challenge, because you cannot do sport on bare ground anymore. It's getting out of that particular tube. So we have been working assiduously, encouraging those who have to be encouraged, especially the Sierra Leone Football Association is here today, and you know what they do through the National Sports Authority. And you see today, majority of the ground that will go to play football, you see and say, they get tough. If we not been get good working relationship, probably it would have been diverted somewhere else. But you know, we all understand, say yes. Football being number one sport where everybody interested in, I mean the interest of people, it should have a facelift. And definitely, I mean we get different ones, and today, what with the blog, but You see tough and they go, come up play by the man. And I make sometimes and the physical sport people are not serious because when you come out to do the sport, you black so we don't just want to limit them to football. We want to do it for many others. And the NSA will tell you more about that because then they deal with the companies or associations then directly in dealing with that. Though we are informed and we also people to be blessed in a way. And we have been talking, we have been going to places. As I sit here, we also realize that the #1 man in this country, who is the president of our country, is so much interested in sport. You all know, even the Premier League was dying when they came in recently, and it is actually a moving lot for the development of sport in the country. So we cannot say we begin charity and we don't come back home. So we have been doing all of these infrastructural development plans. We also take them on board, say, in own town, where it always go at the end of the year to celebrate the people and if you get sport for do. It's one thing that we have to look into and see how we can improve the standard there so that it will come up. We engage with schools, we engage with universities, because we know say picking them or students and they pay fees, we don't engage with them. And that fees when they pay, especially for sport, should be used in a way to develop those grounds. And we get a good working relationship in that line. We in the Ministry of Education, we don't even go there and form committee for see how we go better organize the things of sporting and infrastructure. And you know, one of the big 5 game changers in the country, infrastructural development. So we are also working on it hand in gloves. We don't go to the Ministry of Lands for proffer some serious decisions where we don't take, where we want land for use. Like even the football wants a center, a professional center. We went there. The NOC also wants a professional center. We went there. We also went there to see how the Bo Stadium can be resurveyed because we know already there are problems. And today as I sit here, the Bo Stadium is resurveyed and we have the documents and we are now working towards fencing in a way that people will never intrude into that particular stadium. Well, we also note the stadium that is going on now, the rehabilitation will go on. When Akaya, one of the things we'll discuss is what's the way forward. You people want to see a stadium. But why the stadium was not seen or has not been seen is because there are important triggers, important things that inside there where we left out and we don't come together again for work towards that. And that the touch, especially international competitions. That is, the stadium was going on without seats installation. But now, I am proud to say, with the intervention of the various stakeholders, including the president himself, we don't able to get to go ahead with the Chinese people who they rehabilitate, and they don't agree. Even last week, they were in the ministry to confirm that there is only one more expert they're waiting to come, and definitely the seat rehabilitation will start. And that will lift me up. There are so many other engagements that we don't make. Not to all people talk, they say, that snake will come out big, and we hide small. So some of these things we're not going to say all here, but what we promise you is that we continue with infrastructural development because we need that. And the NSA, through us, together working hand in glove, have been doing a lot we know didn't happen before. Because if we need to promote sports, we need to give support to those bodies that are involved in the sport. And we always know, say, we get sporting associations that we can go far and wide. And they don't go. Most of them come back with medals. From when we left Unanaya, we go to the All-African Games, and we know it's not been the very first time this became with gold medal. All right? And many other associations and also don't go out, including handball, including cycling. They all go out in gymnastics. They all go out and count medals. And these are the things we have to showcase to give value to money. Because we sport until the stadium open, we're not going to generate funds now. Governments, they do what they aim for do for support we. And then competitions are then necessary for make we all know how the associations can stand. And wait till we go proper, because the technical win there and the NSA, so that they will push together with the associations then and give the medicine where we move up. And today, I think with regards competitions, we are glad to say that even when we went to the International Olympic Games, we were able to improve on our performance. The athletes were able to come up as compared to the previous. And don't forget, say sport is not just about coming first. It's about improvement in your performance. And that makes you actually encourage and see how you can move on better than that. And we also, as I always say, we try for me, we build up the working relationship. And that is being built up. It's going up stage by stage. Before this time, the NSA was going in another direction, and the ministry on the opposite. But we fight very hard for them to be seen as one ministry working together that is developing sport. And that's the reason why you don't see us coming into the public to fight, because we try to understand each other small. It's not an easy thing, but we agree to understand, and also we mistake, we can correct, we said. And also we will reach also. And also we reach, as we go, we reach finally. Yeah. And we are also emphasizing what we say, capacity building. We have been going far and wide. And I want to say kudos to the Chinese people. They have been very supportive. They have been helping us to send some of our technical people to go to their country to help them, improve technically, so that we be able to use them nationally in this country. And today I am so happy that for the very first time, the U20 football team, which I see as the dream team, because that's the growing team, has qualified us in the under-20, AFCON, tournaments, which is a big thing. And I think I was expecting you people to give applauses, because you love football. I was expecting that, because that's a big thing that we always have to do. Thank you. That's the president, there's no way.
The fight for us follow.
Yes. And you see, I don't say Football Association said go talk. Leone on the AFCON senior. Also, we've gone and definitely we've got a point. It's not a situation where we're zero. And we have more matches. We are working in tandem and in block to make sure that the mistakes that when they happen, we correct them. I mean, we meet immediately after every game now, And you see the World Cup, we don't go, at 4 points we get so. And you see how we stand. You see, so everybody they're doing your own. Yeah, it's not been easy. Neither can you use this forum with regards funding. And you see the NSA in line with us also starts consultation with the Sports Development Fund, which is very important. If you as sports person, say sports not a cheap thing. It's not easy. You cannot just rely on governments to do it. We're able to reach how you're supposed to reach. Unless you open other doors. So that official door is one we will get, we will help with, for them be able to improve past this. And that's the intention we have. And it's very much important for you, when the media people, they out here, for help us, for send that information to everybody in this country, when a meaningful and serious for help us, for push the issues. But because that is full of youths, and we're talking about employment. That's one way of engaging them and getting them out of the streets, not being involved in the push business with the talk. There are other drugs that will bring them fall. Because tomorrow, you are going to be our leaders. And if you're not prepared well, it means we are also going, our lives will be at stake. And sport itself gets that role to play. And we are all together. And we are the monitoring eye, making sure that these things are looked into, and when you want to be fed small anyway, but the feds never go far. So indeed, we have a lot. But I want to stop here, give the others a chance, and see how we meet the point.
Thank you very much, Madam Minister. No takeaway from meeting the minister, don't say, that the fact that there's a deliberate effort for firm partnerships. For work together. The SLFA, Premier League Board, and Dr. Emmanuel Saffa Abdulai, National Sports Authority. Yeah? That deliberate effort there, I think, say for me, now it's supposed to be the spirit. So, I'll call back to you, Emmanuel Saffa Abdulai. Doctor, because Minister talked broadly on sports. And you said get something for the sports before I come over to the sector player there. This night, I am interested in football. I remember saying the chaplain to us small. I collect small. You know, but since you take over 6 months ago, which in be your effort? How much partnership with the minister talk about? You don't try for coverage, and waiting at the roadmap for you for sports development project.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. This is my first time now. Coming from the media civil society background, sitting here. But make an answer a couple of the things, and thank you, Madam Minister, for pointing the issues out. So I take over the NSA on the 15th of April. So it's barely 6 months in office. When I come in with a 7 pillar, which the minister also began to talk about before I came. So one of the things that we talk about, firstly, for infrastructure. You know, we're not able to play sports if we don't get sufficient infrastructure. We will not get sufficient infrastructure in the country, so we don't prioritize infrastructure. Again, the minister don't talk about the effort of SLFA. In the next year budget, we don't focus a lot on developing infrastructure. We also don't talk about enhancing governance within the sporting association. What does this mean? It means every association can be properly governed. You get a constitution, you get your executive, you get your annual congress, you follow your constitution. Because by that they bring fit come in the sporting disciplines, which make them go to court. Now for we at NSA and the ministry support any association for meet that governance benchmarking. So that is very okay. The third aspect we will emphasize on and for ensure sport is played locally. Over the years, people don't focus more on traveling internationally. Over the years, people don't focus on traveling international. It's not. And we don't decide, say, this is not the time for low play sports locally. So if you say you want to play cricket, locally, let the people then look at which say is you're good enough before we will support you for go international. You will move away from the practice where people just can't say, associations just can't say, we get competition, the government give me money, more we go. Sport has to be played in the country. People get for enjoy and force. We get for ready for going international. The other part of it is that we get for localized and decentralized sports. Sports not just about free time. We get other. So one of the conditions we are giving the associations that you want for saying a national sports association before then all the districts and regions and in the country. You get for they all over the place. Also, we look at transparency and accountability in the sense that government is putting a lot of money into sport, waiting the sport associations that they get from their partners, waiting we put on the table, we all sit down and look, say it will be partners. Then we talk about diversity, ensuring that we do diversity, whether in a man, in a woman, whether in a physically challenged, you should be on the table. But most importantly, we have agreed that sport should create jobs. For able to meet the president in Big 5 game changes. Sports are the biggest employer and where they give the highest returns on investment. I'll give you an example. Last year, the government provided 5.4 billion for the male and female Premier League for 8 months. 5.4 billion created 3,000 jobs in 8 months. No other sector will give that kind of returns there. What we give. So if we put more resources into male and female Premier League, we put resources into the first and second division, they multiply the numbers. And that not today is stop no more. And they help for ensure say we take young people off the crime scene, crime and streets, we give them jobs, we put them into schools, we reduce the drug, the banned substance use rate. So this is now the conversation where they go around the sporting sector. And we are very firm on this. We next budget next year, and for build capacity of sports people. So what are we saying? What are we talking about? We talk about, if you want somebody to play tennis, give them tennis equipment. Let it get tennis court. We talk about for renovate in all the regional headquarters towns and districts, the other sporting arenas, not just football. So you talk about basketball, you talk about volleyball, you talk about swimming. Then next year, another way for emphasizing. We're also talking about government for bringing equipment for give to schools and colleges and communities. So if you look the NSA budget will present, Nadande now will be on next year, so that we can be able to play sports internally. So what have we done? Sometimes I can forget things I wouldn't, because the minister will agree, we've been on a marathon trying to do things. So one of the things that we don't do, the NSA asks them for develop 4 regulations, which has not been done, and we don't do it in the last 6 months. We get the sport development funds, we get the anti-doping, we get now we just do the national sport policy. We just do the national sport policy. The ministry also don't do. Okay, the ministry also don't do about in terms of recognition and registration of National Sports Association. So we tried to roll out the National Sports Authority Act. In 6 years, we think this should have been done, and now we're trying to make sure that it's done. We also, for the first time, said they host an international sports secretariat. NSA and Secretariat for the traditional sports, African traditional games and sports. You don't see in news say we don't go Zimbabwe, we don't go Namibia. Now people want to host international competition like traditional games. We'll talk about traditional games. We'll be small, we play traditional games. We'll play Tomopele, we'll play Adai. Then games and then they disappear now. So the African Union don't come together and say, we should make sure say then games and come back. And the games that we play in international arenas, like Olympic, international sports there. So say, I know the Secretariat, Michael Samson Mustafa, I know the president for the African traditional games. So this for the first time we don't host an international secretariat. We now approve countries like Namibia and Zimbabwe for host the 2026 All African Traditional Games and Sports and the 2028 Games and Sports. So we also don't assess government infrastructure. We don't go around, we don't go to the southeast, we don't look at government infrastructure. The minister talk about the Bo Stadium where the India need for renovation, and we are working towards that. We don't see, say, apart from Freetown, outside of Freetown, not only football people in play. The other sports them are non-existent. And so we are going to pay premium on that day. We also, they work assiduously with the Ministry of Education, where the Namibia mentioned. Now we just no one for do Boxing Day sports. And this is not the problem we'll get. In Sierra Leone, we only get one national annual competition when at the Boxing Day sports. So throughout the year, the athletes then they sleep, and they do nothing, we Boxing Day they can't then go to game. So we don't get them prepared. We are now going to create kind of 4 competitions in a year. We will prepare, because when we went to the Olympics, after the Olympics, me and the minister and the president of the NSA, we had a conversation and said, look, we need to start preparing for the 2028 Olympics now. And that is something we are jumping into. We need to get more sporting competition. But most importantly, we are now focusing to go to schools, make sure we get more inter-secondary school competitions on all the sporting disciplines and ways they don't be gone. And we also try for doing it capacity. We don't encourage all the sporting associations then for developing the program. So far we are running, and we think we get more for do in the coming year, for years to come. But I think one of the things where I really want for big on, and I think the minister said, we just come off finance, we negotiate, we beg for money for Leone Star. Sport is not a pastime. Sport is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Everywhere in Africa, we just come out Kigali, where Paul Kagame now, they make sport one of the major pillars because it creates hundreds of thousands of jobs. We Sierra Leone for take sports as darling. Sports, they lead to solving, achieving 3 to 4 of the sustainable development goals then. We need to tie down the aim. Because there are young people who don't want to go to school, not to buy force. So young people, they want sports they want to do. But we can also tie the desire to going to school so that we will get a lot of people going through at least basic education. So the Sports Basket Fund is big for us. We go to, this year, government gave NSA 99 billion. It's finished. The Star alone took 99 billion for 6 games. To travel back and forth. So we're saying, private sector, all of us, taxpayers, put some money into a basket fund where we will let what they go and work government every day. This now we get a regulation as Parliament opens up. We will run with that day so that we will begin for class. Let us stop here so far and thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I think you clearly don't show say you get together with the minister, obviously, you get a clear roadmap, you get a vision, right? And also show partnership because for me, for the longest time, when I don't get one press conference, please, one press conference, please. For me, I think say one of the biggest takeaways. Unlike what we don't see, all tell you, they say some more. Also, they perfect, they say passport, this, that, all of that in a day. You know, but I'm glad we all sing for, you know, the minister and leadership. Dr. Emmanuel Saffa Abdulai said, don't come, you get a national sports authority. Instead, don't show experience and depth. You know, for say, but this, nobody not going to do it alone. Right? We all will get the glory. As long as there's partnership and we work together. And I think that for the spirit going forward. I just want to ask quickly, you talked about their local sports. Yeah, include nothing?
Yes, all.
Over two?
So you're looking for nominate 5 of the biggest traditional games in sports to the African Games. Then we develop the rules, then we begin for
yeah, I remember I said, oh, it's small, that was sport, eh? Nothing, so I think it will be beautiful for the resurrected Canada. For who we get plenty sister in our house, see them play anything in there, and I think it was good. Well, we don't want to talk now, so we join the woman. Anyway, moving forward, I will do the next 10 minutes, probably 15 minutes on this side. And then they will be for the 2 individual sports. Young brother Daddy Grandma, Thomas Daddy Grandma, Prezo, SLFA, and my other brother with the next door, this other brother I have, Victor Luis. I'll start off with you, Mr. President. What's in the happen with football? Salon at the camp. I don't see you're playing to you. I don't say we don't see Leone Salon play some games there recently. Under 20 who was supposed to celebrate or qualify for the under 20 African Nations Cup. That is progress. But more fundamentally, what is written at the roadmap, written at the vision, and if you're able for touch and emphasize on the working relationship with other bodies, them including the ministry, that partnership with Dr. Saffa Abdulai, don't talk about the minister said don't talk about. How does it play a part in the roadmap and the vision, right, for football as a whole?
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. Well, I would expect, say, Dr. Emmanuel Saffa Abdulai and my Minister for Roads a whole lot of emphasis on that, because for the very first time in the football, the committee. When I'm going to give me something for talk, I will talk, me not teacher. For the very first time in the history of Sierra Leone football, we now all experience peace around football. The peace ignites development in anything we do. Far before this time, either government here, SLFA the FET, or SLFA the FET, but we have done our level best. It's not easy for FETs for peace and maintain peace, but that's what we have done. I will run right through waiting me acting General Secretary just want to make a talk about. And he has said about governance, we have ensured elections in all districts and regions for the first time in over 10 years. That is to say, where we don't come as SLFA leaders, we don't make sure see, where all districts in exception of one or two things will be settled later, all regions will don't conduct elections, and that is why when I see Ala not they come out from the north, Ala not they come out from the south, as to Uda for there, Uda not for there. We don't review the statutes, electoral code, and standing orders of Congress, currently awaiting Congress approval. That is to say, we executive committee, FIFA, and the one that we're responsible, they don't sit down, they don't agree, say, this one a football association, na so una corona. But not we, SLFA go sit down, we sign and say, na so they go. The general body in football, the Congress, we are the highest body in football. Now deal with the go, we read, everybody understand, that everybody say, we don't agree before we enact them. Of course, when I don't say, we relevant na football. We don't play more competitions from where I become president of SLFA. In fact, for choice of words, the acting general secretary say, from a minimum of one, that is to say, now one competition will be played before a cap, Salon Premier League. And they say, we are not in the donor. When we don't come, justified by my acting general secretary, we are playing more competitions now. We are playing U12, we are playing U14 boys, we are playing FA Cup, we are playing Division 1, men and women, we are playing Division 2 for men, we are playing the Premier League for men and women. And what is important for you people to understand is we are using the same amount of funds, that same $1 million when they eat trade. Now that same $1 million we don't take for all the competitions they are. International competitions. Have played all international competitions since I took office. Between November to December 2023 to present, we have played 24 international matches without funds from government. That is to say, we don't junior category, we now we take in charge of. We don't play in 24. We go, we come, we do this. Till we don't qualify under 20. Let me make this very clear. The junior categories in football is the responsibility of the federation. Pass who say we not able, then we go big government say on a kind side. Not to say government not be one giving money. In fact, let me make this clear. This government of Julius Maada Bio, it don't support football. It don't support this we own SLFA past any other government in the history of Sierra Leone. That is the fact. And because of that, I will pause small or say thank you to the government of Sierra Leone. Thank you to His Excellency the President for the support we give to football. Amongst the competitions that we don't play, of course, we don't play 4 U17 and 4 U20 boys matches in 2023, 4 U17 girls and 4 senior national women's matches, 3 U20 girls matches, and 6 U20 games. Because some people go and say, how this man say they play 24 games. That's the breakdown. Go check your records and get it right. Continental qualification. When I came in as president of this football association, I don't like saying I qualified, but all man gets the own spirit. Sierra Leone qualified for AFCON in 24 years. That was a blessing in disguise. And for me to make known to people that it wasn't by mistake or default, we have qualified the U20 for AFCON. You want to clap for me? That's I call you them. Anyway, U20, the qualification method was simple. These are homegrown players. When we came as a federation, we said to ourselves, what do we do to develop our boys? We started sending over some of them overseas, not to government in money, not to the SLF money. Today,
sorry, we'll join you the next 4 minutes for round-up. Before we finish with that.
I don't just wait for my short.
Go through the issues there quick so that people come because the questions can get for camp.
Right.
You have a question that
okay, so for just because of what he has said, I will take the important ones. But you all know that SLFA has done a whole lot. We don't qualify for the U20. Congratulations to Sierra Leone, congratulations to us all, congratulations to SLFA. And then we get upcoming competitions where SLFA not logging for. Of course, we play the U17. We're on training right now. We play the U15. Then itself we can begin training. And then, of course, the men AFCON and the female World Cup qualifier. We standings in the men AFCON is very good. We are very optimistic that between the World Cup and the Senior African Cup of Nations, or the U17 will pull off at least 2 for join up with the U17, the U20. Of course, we all say we will talk about the FIFA Connect. The Acting General Secretary don't ignite that. So which means when I know where they say that player the Lions boy don't come now Blackpool. How we not agree that fair. We don't take the game to a different level. You now have to register in a system supervised by FIFA. And I must sorry to say this, that system closes today. If you have not registered your team in Liberia, the former president George Okonwe in team don't relegate because in them not register in time, the system closed. They take the matter to FIFA. FIFA tell us say we're not going to get anything for you. You get for it next year for play. In Mozambique, 7 teams don't relegate because of this. So I'm using this opportunity for talking here. Quick, you have to register. This is not Thomas Daddy Brahma. This is not Ben Simbawo. If you not register, you don't have to blame us. The brothers make them very, very quick, so
2 minutes.
Yes. Of course, we know infrastructural development. We don't do 5 football pitch. We one day they happen in Sierra Leone. I don't see one wall play. And then we are still waiting. Well, we don't get approval from what I have got from my acting general secretary. We can't do parade, we can't do let's see, where is it? Atuga Mini Stadium. And then we are waiting another approval for Mekwidu, Cambia, Mabuka, Kailau, and they possibly the Gimon, enough for Forgeta, Matujo. So once we do this, we don't get the structure, the infrastructure development the way how we want them. Football will play all over the country. And of course, we not only get back on that way, we don't buy 7 buses. 2 more we don't come. We expect the next 5 in the next 3 to 5 weeks. We don't get 160 motorcycles.
About 5 landing pitches all over the country.
Mr. Daddy Ibrahim, we don't talk about Valladolid with Mr. Where Valladolid is in Spain, and in fact, it's second to last in the table. Now we'll talk about Valladolid. Mr. I want to talk about football. $1 million business, then we will get $1 trillion business we can. Make I ask you one question, sincerely, sir. How does influence over the choice of players play a vital role for destroying expectations they fulfill a lot? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, you are the third person. Yes.
And right for exclusive.
Thank you.
Now we tell you say the stadium are 2 years in the out, almost 5 years so still Leone. So we want to know which are the 10 ways that we done for rehabilitate the stadium and how many capacity we will get. Mr. Adadibama, who said you want
No. You're entitled to just one question. Thank you. Number 4. Number 4, this gentleman.
Very good afternoon. I'm sorry, and I work for the Africa Young Police Empire. So, Mr. Victoris, we serve as chairman for the Premier Board. This appointment, the second we call 2012, 2014. And the first appointment we serve as chairman. But when you talk about your report, people want to know almost like a couple we receive and how you spend out, and because there's a controversy still there around your reappointment for the third time. Also, 2 press releases they come from the executive committee and from the media department of the Silent Football Association. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Final question. Gentleman standing at the back.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. This question for you. Nina Bokari Kamara, I write for the Equity newspaper. And I see a press release where appoint board chairman, then later assist Lapa turn and down in another press release.
Who done the board chairman with the appoint?
And
Victor Louis.
no,
Now Victor Louis is not individual. Alright, so I think you don't ask the same question this gentleman asked. That is noted. So you ask in relation to that thing?
I want to turn and down.
But that's the point. Now the same point this man raised. Now like I said, you know, they to emphasize that. The question. Okay, on that note, we will take one more question. Give this lady. The lady at the back.
Good afternoon. I work for the SLBC. I have a question to the President in relation to rancor in the controversial appointment of Victor. Waiting lead to that, we see another release from the other executive committee and the Premier League will start. Waiting at the current status.
Noted.
About his stats one.
Noted. Thank you. I'll come back to the panelists then. Thomas, that is very much. We get the next 25 minutes. We're finishing at 3:30. I like to proceed to tell me that. Yeah, we'll finish at 3:30. So briefly, answer to the question then, and then the Minister and Saffa Abdulai will answer to you.
Okay. Quickly, the first question from Bali is the delay of Congress. Bali, there's no delay of Congress. What happened was, we had planned for an extraordinary Congress. Because they're not be able to do the statute, the review of the statute in time, tell the FIFA people that are there. We look at it and say, okay, let's not waste resources. As an executive committee, we sat and agreed that we remove the extraordinary Congress, the extraordinary Congress into the ordinary Congress. But when we did that, say the General Secretary, they give notification, and there's a period for that. We'll not be able to go into the ordinary Congress because of course, too many obvious reasons. So there is no delay. We will go into Congress. I am committed to that. That's my job, together with the executive committee. Somebody else was asking about the choice of players helps to destroy the expectation. Please Please, Bakamara, if Leone start well now, the first possibility to get the prisoner was that the bribe. So why would I want to destroy that with my own hands? I will not do that. It's not the job that begin they can set up, not to bad do. If we don't get everything that, and now we get small that parties with all this in business, we go sort them out. SLFE, we are the same, we are together.
So very quickly, number one, you concede the point, say issues there of concern, and that you bring to a logical conclusion.
Of course.
Noted. Thank you. Minister, you want to get a word in 1 minute on anything?
Yes, this is a very important thing. I want to make the general public know that we can always show interest in things here that can happen. Maybe the questions they pose to the president, they are our questions. Because we are not ready to hear. In fact, when we come out the AFCON games, immediately we call them stop. We look at things together in a way. We understand each other for the way forward. You know? So some of them things here where they happen, as long as we know, we can always intervene in a way. Whenever we call, we say, we call the parties that were responsible and see waiting to go on. I think the NSA self could be a witness. Right now there's a meeting because it should start with the NSA, and after which certain we will cancel the ministry. But we get for good prudent structures and they will address not only the football association but all other associations that we do. That is one. Okay, but somebody was asking about the stadium. I just want to correct that was this morning. Not in 4 years it's been. Yeah, that 2022 is starting. We will complete this 2024 June. Yeah. But because of the corona will be take place and the weather extremes will be don't happen, they talk to me for extending in November this year. Okay? But as I told you at the beginning, when I give me set few updates, I tell and I say there was something very important that was left out. We will make we continue for they go outside for Austrian games there, where we not go get better support, where we not go the government will lost for money we go use for other side, you know, and that's not the seat installation. So we not sit down, we always concerned, we fetch up and down, yeah, we fetch where I say fetch, not be easy. Say we get to make the president of this country intervene with the other president of China, and now they don't agree. And definitely, I will not give you a date because I told you the technical person is coming in October, this October. Yeah, when they do the last feasibility study, but they say it no go pass 1 year again. Yeah, they will do all that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So now just go to the next round of questions. I'm inclined for encourage women and more ask questions.
Thank you very much. You asked me to. The president not answer the one already. The president answer one question was already. We get to do it in the appointment. The other question we had
announcing Inon Tikuva for oversee the Ministry of Energy. And many a time, una from the government tell we see Salondo increase the access to energy. But today, if you tell me say because of the compact or the MCC money, Salon, we are under broken energy. We want for lay elaborate. Is it that?
Thank you. I don't see points. Whether inconsistency there in terms of what the government will only say and which then are this update.
Mayor name na Maria Mabundu the report for News Times Daily. Mayor concern the female football team. It's not well publicized to me, like how the man they go and everybody they gladly and one for go watch football, but now always now for the male side, the female side not to the And also, I want for...
What? Not just one there.
No, continuation. So, the speed of players, the male football team, is really slow because right now, how football on the speed, the different we go play match, very, the speed, they make it, they feel boring. Like.
Thank you. Without the focusing. No, not to you. This man. Another gentleman.
Hello, I'm Justice from Sarah Fox Media. I just want to get a clarity on this because many times we don't see outside governments they sponsor the Premier Board with huge money, but again we don't see outside the board they come after we don't go come. We don't see outside again the call press conference or whatsoever for accounts as to how they don't use the money or what's not happening. I don't know
but I ask the question too.
Yes, the board.
Okay.
The board. Then Leone will give money, so one no to the winner.
Yeah. Final question.
Yeah, good afternoon. So Freetown Daily newspaper. Recently, we don't see some link between violence and vandalism in football. And also, we want to know what things Saffa they do for improve on the quality of the referees and division and how they protect female referees especially. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think that's now the last question for this press conference, so I will pass the mic over to Daddy Grandma. You get the next 2.5 minutes for one through the issues there. Pinpoint. Right,
Madam, the woman we talk about female football. Say female football my new sector in a salon, but we don't do very well. I don't know if you can go watch Mobima Queens. The game be full, it was well advertised, and it attracts almost every other important personality in the country. We are all there to grace them, and very soon we get other engagement for female tournaments. I will encourage you to come and cheer them up. Protection for female referees. When it becomes a woman business, period, it's always a concern to protect them. We are doing everything we can. Violence in football, here and there, some people like Iguna feel no more for good misbehave. Not so we know where they're happy in England, they're happy in America, but we only on a very minimal level. That tells you the SLFA is doing all it can for control violence. Yeah? Those are the 2 questions I have.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Another 2 minutes.
First question, I don't want more than 2 minutes, 2 big questions.
We'll not get time.
First question is about the prize money for Bow Rangers. Bow Rangers and Bantam FC. Let me just give you a small background, not small. For the last 3 Premier League, prize money given to teams has always been difficult because of money. Yes. The last 2 Premier League that they ran in this country, the board is not able to give the prize money. The SNK has to go in and assist. You can go and check that. Yeah, you understand? Let me finish. Then the last Premier League that also happened, the second place money of Mighty Blackpool was not able to pay by that board. My board able to pay for that. And this one, when the Bow Rangers and Bantam, we issue a statement before the kickstart of any football for the next league. Then issue they will not solve any later. Then the second question. Somebody asked, government give up money, Leone give up money. I don't want to call too many figures, and I go to just few figures quickly. You understand? Gave $80,000, which is 1.9 billion by then. Government of Sierra Leone gave 2.9 billion. Put together is 4.
And then make sure they resolve them. So there's a commitment on all sides to make sure this matter is resolved. Then we move. We will take football go before. And the question when my brother asked me with regards to the update on this broken energy sector, let us say something. Facts then day, data then day, statistics then day. Is it true that energy access will expand in this country? I mean, when we come in April of 2018, when President Julius Malema was sworn into office as President of the Republic of Sierra Leone for a first term, we went around anything between 14 to 15%. Now we can safely say it in excess of 30%, right? That's given. You will tap me down there now for me and say we don't solve the energy problem in this country. The answer is no. Otherwise, MCC money not for don't come. When then they go through the MCC conditions there, and when we get for sit down with the MCC team in salon for determine who side money for gold, they look at 2 areas. One, I think, in the water, and the other was energy access. In their economic terms, they call out what we call binding constraints to national development. Which they hold salon back fundamentally. Which are the things that they hold salon back fundamentally for realize which you could call exponential growth, attract investors, private sector growth, and all of them. And then come to the conclusion after that consultation, and it was nationwide though, after what they said they don't select you, then come to the conclusion, say energy, right? Now hold the key to this country in future development, right? And private sector growth for attract the kind of investment that we need. And so hence the reason which we make, we call a broken energy sector. Otherwise, all of which we don't do in itself, right? It's not sufficient. Yes, we don't get 120 towns and villages. We don't get solar mini-grid project. Yes, we can sit down and talk about that CLSG line for Kono, Usai, Bo, Kenema, and all of the places they did. Yes, we can talk about the district electrification projects there. We don't cover 5 districts that across the country, but that's not sufficient, right? For change the energy sector for get to Usai we need for get to. And you need monumental investment. And thanks to His Excellency the President. Thank you to President Julius Malema for his leadership, for his vision, for his commitment, for the team we put together over and above all that. Because he instructed the Vice President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Dr. Mohamed Junior Jallo. He set up the team in the State House with Dr. Kande Koleo. Now, in further, don't go and give Dr. Kande Koleo additional responsibilities on energy together with the other sector players, the other sector, the ETSA, EGSA, and all, EGTC, and all of the for make sure, say, as their investment there, they begin trickling just for energy. Just for energy. We go for get it right and fix up once and for all the existing problems that are with experience, which has been perennial, way before President Julius Malema became president, right? For as long as the Pope don't exist, right? Don't explain, say the Pope was an altar boy. We don't get challenges in energy. Hopefully now for fix up and get it right. Yeah? So that is what I mean. And I think so we'll be thankful for this moment, we'll be thankful for President Julius Malema, we'll be thankful for his leadership, in vision, in commitment, in travels. For 10 and 10, for example, me, I don't talk about. The next time President Julius Malema will travel, I don't look there for hotel, for going, wave and goodbye. Say, Padre, you are a big guy for us. In the next time, they are not going to come, Padre, you are big, go to Malawi. And so, you know, His Excellency the President don't lead by example. And finally, we don't attract the right investment for Salon. We don't go for expanding